for a major announcement. The Field Marshal Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has reportedly told other top military officials that he is resigning his cabinet position so he can run for president, and his military positions as well. CNN's Matthew Chance is following the developments in Cairo and joins me now. So this is no big surprise, but it is still going to mean a big change for Egypt. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi running for president, presumably getting elected. When are we expecting this announcement to be made official?
Well, you're right, this has been a widely anticipated move by General Sisi, and the timing of it is, of course, very important. It's Sunday when we're expecting to see the date set for the presidential elections to take place. It's expected to take place sometime later this year, possibly as early as June, and so obviously the timing of this announcement, when it comes, will be significant. We haven't had an official announcement yet. We're just seeing this quoted on state television here in Egypt, that meetings are underway at the moment with the top military brass in Egypt and the interim president of the country, Adli Mansour, to discuss this resignation of the position of General Sisi as the head of the army and as the defense minister, because under Egyptian law he has to be a civilian if he's going to stand for the presidency as a candidate. Again, widely anticipated, and a figure who is very controversial in this country, but also popular amongst a large number of Egyptians in the sense that he's the head of the military. He represents stability and security, and after so much turmoil and upheaval in this country, people crave, in a sense, for that kind of leadership. Controversial, though, in the sense that it was General Sisi that oversaw the ousting of the democratically elected President Morsi back in July of last year, and since then has overseen a crackdown very much on the Muslim Brotherhood and on supporters of President Morsi, which has led to hundreds of people being killed and thousands of people being detained as well, a record that's been slammed by human rights organisations. But over the course of the next few hours, we're expecting this announcement that General Sisi will resign his commission from the Egyptian military in preparation to stand as a candidate in the presidential elections here in Egypt. Hannah.
And what would an Egypt with Abdel Fattah al-Sisi look like? Is this Mubarak 2.0, where opponents are jailed and journalists aren't really given all the freedoms that they would like? What would that Egypt look like?
Well, that certainly seems to be the indications at the moment in terms of the human rights situation here. I mean, it's very poor indeed. I mean, we've seen the Muslim Brotherhood designated as a terrorist organisation. Members of it, thousands of them, and thousands of its supporters have been lifted from the streets and put in prison. Others have been essentially sent into exile in the crackdowns to basically disperse the protests after the ousting of President Morsi. As I mentioned, hundreds of people have been killed. Just the other day, 529 people were handed the death sentence in a mass trial that's been roundly criticised as being against all international norms. And so, certainly in terms of the human rights record, it looks just as bad, if not worse, as the abuses that were carried out under Hosni Mubarak.
Right, and we saw also those clashes that left one person dead. Thanks very much, Matthew Chance.